What's up? Welcome to the Odyssey. So a couple fan arts here. This is actually what I imagined Super Saiyan to look like. More of a Rage kind of look to it and half gold. And this is one of my Mass Effect female shepherd of one of my many shepherds in general. So the link to what those pictures are based on are in the description below. And onto the actual sketch. So I'm going to start off with Plankton here, and then I'm going to go on to Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick, and then Sandy and Mr. Krabs in that particular order here. So I really wanted to do this for many reasons. One, I wanted to have something very special for my 100 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much for getting me this far. This is my second milestone on YouTube, and I am very excited to have so many people so far joining me on this Odyssey. Thank you once again. So like I said before, this is part 1 of 3 to my 100 subscribers special. This is the first part, so it's going to be a fan art, but a time lapse, of that. And it's going to be the pencil sketch. This is part 1. Part 2 is going to be me doing a watercolor, adding watercolor to it, I should say, and going from there, because as I said in my previous art video, I wanted to get better. I wanted to work harder on my art and to turn it more into something that I've been trying to do for years, and to no longer crutch myself with my drawings, to continually strive to build my skill higher than ever before. Each and every day I get the chance to. So after that, after that part 2, I'm gonna do something with Bean Boozled. I have Bean Boozled over there. I've been wanting to do something with it for a while. I'm probably maybe gonna do maybe some kind of do not laugh challenge or something. I'm not sure, but if you guys have any suggestions for what I should do for the Bean Boozled challenge for part 3, let me know in the description below. I would love to hear your suggestions. So I think Squidward was probably the most fun I had next to Plankton, because their facial reactions and everything were just so descriptive, and I just loved all the little intricate details I had to add to their faces. Not saying the other characters didn't, but I just felt like drawing them was the most fun, because I took each picture from the anime that Narmak originally did, and I took my favorite poses for each character and decided to add them to the sketch. And something about Squidward in this pose was just so dope. I mean, the way he's looking at you, he was staring daggers at SpongeBob, and the way he is looking at it, he's like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm here to do what I have to do, and that's it. Only one of us is gonna leave here. And it's just like, wow. Just a crazy take and reimagining of these characters, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of fits because of how you see SpongeBob in the original cartoon. It's like, he can't stand SpongeBob, even though he does like the guy to a degree, and it goes from there. And Plankton always being a bad guy, and it's like all the things that happened in the original video that I reacted to that inspired this fan art. It was just so great. And when I did the initial reaction, there were a lot of things that I did not talk about, but it was mainly because I was so immersed into it. I didn't really, oh man. And you saw that my video did run kind of long, so I didn't want to keep talking about different stuff, but it was great to see you guys comment on it in the comments and to hear your thoughts about it. Like the thought with Squidward writing that note to Mr. Krabs, "Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?" And if I remember correctly, that was it was an Easter egg to a running gag that was in one of the episodes. I thought SpongeBob was saying that to him, but I don't know. And there were other cameos as well too that I really enjoyed. And the other thing, how Sandy was fighting a bunch of robot plankton in her house, in her home for some reason. What was that about? So part of me, it kind of feels like Plankton was kind of like trying to take them all out by himself, and then he's just like, you know what? Why not have Squidward do it for me? And someone was talking about how Squidward was basically brainwashing and doing it, like that syringe that he put in his neck. So that could have been what happened, to be honest. What kind of led him down that dark path into finding his own friends, because it was obvious that him and SpongeBob had something going on from what we were seeing, a little risque thing going on between the two of them. But that whole video was really cool because seeing the whole redesign and reimagining in general of the characters was really cool. I always enjoyed SpongeBob, and seeing it in this new light was just amazing because of the whole different way you could tell SpongeBob. And I love that, seeing different ways certain characters can be done, like the whole DC and Marvel thing, how there's, like with Marvel, there's the regular version and there's the ultimate version and just the multiverse in general, and the same goes for DC. It's something that fascinates me so much, seeing all these different versions of these characters. Like, what could have happened to them if this happened instead of the latter? And that's what I kind of see with this version that Narmak created. And it's really awesome to do this because I wanted to add so much to this channel, because there are so many people, like the people who made SpongeBob and the voice actors behind them, that inspire me to want to do all these great things that they've done for me. They've brought me happiness, they've brought me motivation, inspiration, all these great things because of seeing these people do what they love on a day-to-day basis and creating these worlds that we can kind of escape to for a brief time. You know, we get to watch and enjoy what's going on in these characters' lives, even though they don't exist in a way, but in a way they technically do, because here they are, you know, laughing, crying, getting hurt, helping others. They're doing all these things, and in a way they do become real to us because of how they make us feel. You know, in a way, SpongeBob and the characters are real, like anything else is to us. Cartoons in general, books, anything that's fiction in a way is real, and it adds this greatness. It adds this great feeling to us, and these characters will be remembered for years to come. And it's one of those things that really makes me want to add those types of feelings to others too, and to have that joy that people look forward to seeing what you're gonna bring next to this world, to these characters. That's why I love drawing and doing my own original stuff too, and occasionally break away to this stuff, but also just being a creator on YouTube, to be like other people on here, like Dazzle and Herlock, the Land of Dez, the Game Theory, Burleezy Gaming, you know, I should say, people like that who bring great things to YouTube for people to enjoy, to escape to for a little bit. And that is just amazing. It really adds the cherry on top to life. And that's what makes me really love doing the things I do, and why I'm so glad to see that people are actually enjoying what I do. And that we get to all connect, you know, even though we live at many different parts of the world, we get to enjoy these things no matter where we are in the world. And we get to share in these little great things. So, with that aside, I actually had a bit of trouble drawing Squidward and Sandy a bit. I had to redraw their heads a couple of times to get the right proportions right. But eventually I just buckled down and got it right. And after a while, I actually started getting used to seeing Sandy the way she did. Although I kind of thought it was funny that one character said that Sandy was kind of drawn wrong because she's a female character, and we all kind of know how female characters are usually represented in anime. I'm not going to say what she said, but I thought that was pretty funny. And with the inspirational things in general, it's just something I always wanted to do, and YouTube, I feel, is one of the best ways I can do that now, to bring all these positive things to people, whether it's through my books, my drawings, my work like that, to my commentary on the video games I want to do, to pretty much sharing that experience with people. And why is someone honking outside? To my podcast, to have those little moments of little odysseys for people to join us in, embark on. So that's why that's the whole thing behind the What's Up Odyssey. So there's that. And this is probably one of my most favorite pictures I've done this year, because this is, of course I had to do this because the Narmak animation was so awesome. I really wish it was a comic or something at least. And it's just really cool. It's I had to redo this take about 3 times, so I'm kind of like out of it right now. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. In a minute here, you're gonna see some symbolism as well behind this picture if you haven't noticed it already. In a minute, you're gonna see the full finished pencil sketch, and I want you guys to take a look at it and see what I mean by symbolism. I'm gonna give you a little hint here. Out of all the characters in this picture, so there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 characters in this picture in total. Only all but one of them is in front of Plankton. Only one is behind him. It's a pretty obvious symbolic thing, but yeah, I figured I'd give you guys a hint there. I really like drawing Plankton, just him being in the background like that, taking up the whole thing. But here's the finished piece right here. I added Mr. Krabs down there at the end because I figured he was in the animation. I wanted to fit him in there somewhere, so I just put his eyes right there randomly because I realized I didn't have any room for him, to be honest, to fit in the picture. But yeah, so that's the video. Hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not, hey, comment what you thought about the video, what you think about the other things I talked about in the video here, and check out my previous Odysseys. You'll see them coming up if they're not already up here on the thumbnail there. So until the wind hits our sails yet again, thank you guys once again, and later days.